the channel, guys. Today I'm a little bit more excited than usual because we got two awesome things in the mail. Now right off the bat, I'm sure some of you already guessed this, but this right here is an OEM quick shifter for this CBR1000. We also got a rear wheel, but let's move on to this quick shifter first. So in one of my very first videos, when I turned on the screen, there was a quick shifter function in the screen, but it was grayed out, like I couldn't use it. So I did some research and I found out that this CBR1000 and the CBR1000RR with an extra R Fireblade share the same wiring harness. And right back in here, there is actually a plug for a quick shifter because on the Fireblades, they run a quick shifter. But on these CBR1000s, they just have a regular rod for shifting manually with an actual lever. But Honda sells an actual kit so you can put a quick shifter on your bike if it doesn't come with one, because there is a plug underneath here that you can just plug into, and then you actually have to program the quick shifter in the screen, and I'll show you guys the process on that too. But I'm super excited about this because now this bike is gonna have a quick shifter. And also, now that I have a rear wheel, I can put that on and then maybe you take it down the street with the new quick shifter. And just thinking about taking this beast down the street gets me super excited. So let's dive right in. You see that plug right there? That's that black plug. It has a dummy plug on the outside of it so that no water gets in the actual plug. So I gotta take that plug off and then connect the quick shifter. Now here is the dummy plug that was inside that boot that I showed you. It has 3 little plugs on the back of the connector so no water gets in there, and it just plugs right into the quick shifter. Now on the quick shifter, it's the same exact connector, same shape and everything. It just has 3 wires going to the quick shifter. So now let's install this. Getting the plug-in was tough as the connector is way up in there and it's super hard to reach because it doesn't reach down very far. But I've got my quick shifter plugged in now. I also lined up this perfectly. As you can barely see, there's a little dot on this round ring right here, and you have to align that dot in between the space. I need to tighten this down still, but first I'm gonna connect the rest of the shifter down to the shift lever right down here. The quick shifter is fully installed. The linkage is on. This part is on. The connector is connected. I also swapped out this small bracket in the far back right here for an extended bracket, so this new wire has a place to clip onto back there. And the last part of the instructions said to put a paper clip in this back red connector on the green and the light blue wires, which it's in right now. So now I'm gonna grab the key and we're gonna start the initializing process. All right, so we gotta put the start in on, then put the bike to on. Then we need to go into the service menu. So I gotta hold the select and the mode button at the same time. There we go. We need to go to service real quick and go to quick shifter and put equipment to on. Now that that's on, now we need to do initialize. And this is the initializing process that you have to do when you get a quick shifter. So I'm gonna click the mode button, which is select on here. Preparing for initialization. It's in neutral. Now I need to actually start the bike. There we go, it worked. And just like that, at, the bike now has a quick shifter, but first we actually have to turn it on the settings. I actually need to turn it on real quick because it says right here, quick shifter off, and I wasn't getting that message before because the bike didn't have it. So now again, I need to go into the mode menu and I need to go to function, quick shifter, go to up, and I need to turn it on. There we go. And I need to go to down and you turn that on as well. So now up and down are available. I don't know what up level is. Maybe that's the sensitivity or something, I don't know. But now, when we go back to the home screen, there we go. You can see quick shifter on, up and down. So I can't wait to take this thing for a rip. I'm thinking tomorrow I'm gonna throw that rear tire on and air up the front tire. I know there is a lot of curb rash, but I think I'm okay to just go around the block real quick. But I do have a new rim on the way. It's just going to be a while because those are on back order. But I'm pretty stoked that this bike now has a quick shifter. Cannot wait to try it out on the street. So we'll catch you guys tomorrow for that rear tire. I forgot the most important part, the chain. So now the bike is on the ground, two wheels on the ground for the first time. Now the front wheel is popped. There is a hole right down here, so it won't take any more air, but I'm still gonna send it. Now it does need a little bit more gas, so I'm gonna put some gas in it, and then I'm gonna roll it down the driveway and drive it up and see how it runs because I'm super excited to feel this beast.
This girl's best friend is her water bottle.
Okay, so now the only thing I'm afraid of is the spiders.
Imagine if it did start.
All right, no spiders on me, thankfully. That was awesome. The bike actually went up and down the driveway, super smooth. The clutch has a super late grab, so I'm definitely gonna have to mess with that because I do like it grabbing a little bit earlier. But overall, this is awesome. Can't wait for the bike to be complete. Next day at the shop here, and as you guys might have saw, I got a bunch of packages in the mail and I opened them all up right over here. Now there are lots of goodies here, but I'm gonna start off with this right here. Now this is the brake master cylinder cup. So previously on the bike, there was a clear one of these right here, but it had cracked and all the fluid leaked out of it, as well as the bracket that was holding it up was all bent. So I got a new cup, blacked out, so it's gonna match the all black bike, as well as a new bracket to go on the bike because the old one was all mangled and the one on Honda was on back order. So I had to go with something else. One of the reasons why I didn't go around the block on the bike is because I had no brakes, because there was no master cylinder up here and no pressure in the brake lines. So now I'm gonna put a bunch of fluid in this cup, connect everything up, and bleed the brakes. Now you guys might be wondering what the heck I'm using now to bleed brakes, because before I was doing the cheap method, but now I actually went on eBay and bought this unit for about 50 bucks. It's a pneumatic brake bleeder, and I'll show you how it works. And let me tell you, this thing is awesome. This thing takes barely any time and it is so hassle-free. I have my air connected directly to the unit from my air hose and the compressor. And then I have this attachment right here that I attach to all of the brake bleeding spots along the bike. So right here, and then I have a brake bleeding spot on this caliper and the other caliper. I'm already done bleeding the brakes, but basically you just slip this thing on, it stays on perfectly nice and tight. And then all I do is flip on the air by pushing this down. And what happens? This system creates a vacuum on this brake bleeder spot. So all the brake fluid and air gets sucked into this tube down into the tank right here. And as you can see, I already got a bunch of brake fluid and air out of the system. And man, this lever is nice and tight. I can't even squeeze it in all the way. So I am good to go there. I'm gonna top off the fluid and let's move on to the next thing. So unfortunately this seat is junk because as you can see, that lock is askew and broken down there. It doesn't really fit in there very well and there's rips all over this thing. So this thing is definitely trash. I'm gonna get a new rear seat. It's pretty nice being able to swap over literally everything from this broken bracket onto this new bracket and everything fit up perfectly, and I got all the bolts for everything. I even got the bolts for the fairings, which happened to just be on here when I got it. So this is now junk. As of now, I've got a new belt because this belt's brackets are all messed up. So I'm gonna throw this belt on, see how it goes, because I'm not exactly sure how that goes on the rear. And then we're gonna move on to the front levers right there. So that last piece you guys just saw me throw in is actually the license plate bracket. It's gonna be a while until I put a plate on this thing, but I decided to do it because I think it goes on before the fairings. I'm very happy with the progress I got tonight. I'm glad I got the brakes all done and good to go. That was way easier than I thought it was gonna be with that sweet machine. Plus new levers on each side, which are fully ready to go, adjusted and everything. And lastly, a little bit of work in the rear with this plate and the bracket. Next, what I have coming in is some wiring for the rear because I still have a lot of mess back there that I need to button up and a lot of wires that are cut, broken, and missing parts of the connector, as well as removing this front wheel because there is a lot of scuffs and it's damaged, so I'm gonna need to replace that. So that's gonna be next. And also the big part, the fairings. Now, unfortunately, the fairings are gonna be coming from overseas, so it's gonna be a while, but I've got a big surprise for you guys while we wait. So that's gonna be all, guys. We'll catch you in the next one. See ya.